I've been a full-time creative business owner for 10 years, and I've learned a ton of stuff along the way that I want to share with you guys. And that's why I'm starting this new series, 10 lessons over 10 years. And we'll go ahead and get started with the first lesson: destroy your dreams. I know that sounds a little weird or it sounds a little dark, but let me go ahead and break it down. You see, as creatives, we love to imagine. We love to have these awesome ideas and concepts about a new project, a new video, or just how our lives are going to turn out. But ultimately, these dreams, these ideas will never actually become reality until we take massive action that moves them from being a dream to reality. The goal is to get them into reality, not to leave them as a dream. And that's why we got to destroy the dream. The temptation that we find is to live in this dream state where everything is perfect. It's a dangerous stage in the process because these ideas, these concepts that we come up with are, there's no action involved, right? You can keep reimagining what it will be like, but the minute you take action, you start to make it real, and you can't just reimagine it because it's already starting to take real shape, real form. And sometimes it doesn't turn out the way we wanted it to turn out, or it doesn't turn out as good as we thought it would be, or we run into opposition. And so this dream that we have, that's this perfect dream, is, starting to maybe not look like we thought it would. And so that can kind of deter people. It can kind of make people want to give up. It can make people, just be turned away from it a little bit. And so it's a lot easier for us to just leave it as a dream. The problem is, though the dream may be untainted, it's unfulfilled. It's unrealized. And so we've got to take that action to chase it with everything we've got. So that's really one of the biggest lessons I've learned, and I'll speak to it for myself. When I was getting started, I had this idea, this dream of being a full-time creative, and I didn't really necessarily know where to start, but I knew I needed to start. So I set up an LLC and I just went for it. I just started doing any sort of project that I could. I was doing web design, I was doing photography, family photos, weddings, music videos. But I started somewhere, and I started messy, and not every job I did was super high paying. Not every job I did was a great experience, but I learned a lot on how to be a better business owner. And I learned a lot on how to navigate that stuff until eventually I decided to shift things to YouTube. And that's a whole other lesson, a whole other video that we'll talk about. But again, I had to move past this idea, even with just a video, any video. I have to move it from dream to reality. And in order to do that, you have to destroy that perfect concept. And it can be so hard as creatives because we can idolize the dream. We can idolize the concept, and we can almost cling to it, nurture it, pet it, and just try to make this idea that we have about some video or our lives or whatever it is, we idolize it and elevate it over reality itself, because sometimes it's easier to just fall back on the dream idea and just be like, one day I'll get to this. One day I'll make that video. One day I'd love to go do this. Why not today? Why not take action right now? If not today, when? Are you waiting for the perfect moment? It's not going to come. I'm just telling you. And that's not to be discouraging. It's to be encouraging. You've got to start even though it's messy. Start even though it's hard. Start even though you don't feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. The way that you get ready is by starting, messing up, learning, and getting wiser, getting better, getting stronger, getting more efficient, getting braver. That's how you get ready. It's not by just waiting for the perfect moment. And this is something I've had to learn again and again and again with different business ventures that I've tried or different projects that I've done. You've just got to go for it. And that's how you get ready. You just start. It reminds me a lot of something that really impacted me a ton when I was first starting my YouTube channel. My friends over at Think Media, they would say, done is better than perfect. And those words ring true to me still now. I have to say that to myself all the time. And this whole video is honestly just kind of another way of saying that. Done is better than perfect. Destroy the dream. The dream is that perfect idea. Make it imperfect. Make it messy. Make it reality, because then it will be real and you'll be able to learn that much faster. You'll be able to be impacting people that much sooner, because at the end of the day, like, there's people on the other side of you taking the action that will be impacted by your content, by your message. You'll be able to build a community. People will feel like they belong. None of that can happen until you actually start to take action. So, real practical step for you today. If you really want to start to go for this thing, I would encourage you, at the bare minimum, write things down. Write your next steps down. Figure out what it is that you want to do this week. This week, what do you want to do? Do you want to set up an LLC? Do you want to put your website out? Do you want to post a video? What is it that you want to do today that will take you that next step closer? Write it down. Actionable steps. Write actionable steps down. You can do this. You've got this. I believe it. It just takes action. And you've got to be okay with destroying that dream. And it's not to not see the dream fulfilled, it's to see the dream fulfilled. And here's the thing, it's going to turn out different. It's not going to be as perfect or ideal as maybe you saw it in your head, but big picture, zoom out, your life in 5 years, 10 years, it's going to be way better than you thought it could be. My biggest encouragement is to trust God with it. That's something that I do. And it's been the biggest step for me. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." He doesn't determine your standing. So you can't just be standing still. You've got to be actively stepping, and God can help direct your steps. So that's my encouragement to you guys today. And if you're interested in, trying to make this process a little easier, if you want to get some good clarity on maybe where you should start or how you should start, I've actually put together a brand new product, the Creator Starter Pack. And you guys can check that out right here. It's basically going to help you figure out what your niche is. It's going to figure out, what types of videos you should make, how you should make them, how to package them well to get results, and ultimately go from content creator to content business. So if that's something that you're interested or you're trying to pursue this year, I'd love for you guys to check it out. Thanks so much for watching this video. As always, stay creative. Peace.